Okay. I will also try to do it live on LinkedIn. Let's see if it's possible. Why doesn't give me to go now? Somehow there is no go live button. Let me check. No, I don't know. It's not working. Okay, never mind. So let's start. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Sorry, can you see my screen? No.
Not yet.
Disappeared. Here.
Okay, now it started. I think it takes time. But yes, now it's great.
Okay. Great. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining today. I will be sharing some NLP principles for sales, and I hope that will be useful for you. And this will be very brief. NLP is a very vast topic, and we'll be just touching some of the grounds here. So if you want to know some more, you of course can investigate it further, or send me a message. We can talk about this more. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Maria Kolzman, and I'm VP of Customer Relations at WillProNet, and I'm also a certified life and career coach. And today we'll be talking about what is NLP and 5 steps of sales process, which includes communicate your ideas, establishing rapport, asking questions, establishing a need, linking value to a need, asking for the order, and handling objections. Okay, so what is NLP? NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, where neuro is our nervous system, the mind, especially the unconscious mind, through which our experience is processed via 5 senses: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, our touch; olfactory, our smell; and gustatory, the taste. The linguistic stands for language and other nonverbal communication systems through which our neural representations are coded, ordered, and given meaning. This means that every experience in our mind is given like a code, which is ordered to which part it belongs, and given meaning. And it includes pictures, sounds, feelings, tastes, smells, words, etc. And programming stands for the ability to discover and utilize the programs that we run, our communications to ourselves and others, in our neurological systems to achieve our specific and desired outcomes. And our brain, it works for the most efficiency. So if one time experience was coded and ordered, most probably all similar experiences will be like stored in given the same meaning. So there will be a neurological path, which is like a program, right, in our mind, and we will have a very fast reaction to this experience. And it can be, of course, for each person, it will be different. In other words, NLP is how to use the language of the mind to consistently achieve our specific and desired outcome. That was clear. So let's go to the sales part. And here I would like you to put in the chat, so I can see that you're still here with me and not fallen asleep after this very boring definition of NLP. If you love selling, please put 2 pluses in the chat. If you like selling, put 1 plus. If you don't like selling, put a minus. And if you hate selling, please put 2 minuses. Okay, let's see what we have. We have a plus and 2 minuses here. I see, very good. So I have a bad or a good news for you. Even if your job doesn't include selling, every person here sells every day. And it can be an idea. For example, you want to go to travel to some country and you need to sell this idea to your partner. Or if you're going to a job interview, you need to sell yourself to receive this job. So every day, basically, we're selling ourselves, our ideas, our, things and stuff to the outer world. So you better get better in it, right? Then and use some of these tips. And here is the 5 steps how to be successful in sales. Communicate your ideas, build rapport, ask questions, link value to a need, and ask for the order. And let's go to see the first one. Okay. So once I also hated selling because I had this picture in my mind of a salesperson knocking on the doors and selling someone nobody needs. Right? This is not very appealing profession if you see it that way. But let's imagine something else. Okay, imagine that you're going to a fashion store, to a clothes shop, right? And you found this amazing pair of jeans that they fit just right, just exactly how you want it, right? It covers all the not so good pieces in you and it underlies all your good pieces. And how would you feel about that? Right? You might feel very good. And how would you feel paying for this jeans? Giving your well-earned money to buy this piece of clothing. If you don't wear jeans, it can be, dress or something else, shoes, right? You will feel also good paying for this, even if it's cost a little bit more, but it's something that's good for you and you want it, right? And so how do you feel if you went to the shop and this piece of clothing wasn't there? Right? Well, it would feel unfair, right? Because you wanted this so much and it's not there. And so imagine that you are not giving your customers or your clients this product or service that you have only because you're afraid or don't like selling. Well, this might be unfair for them, right? Because this is something they need. And so please bear this in mind that the buyer already wants your stuff. They just haven't had you communicate that you have it, what they want. And if you have in your possession a product or a service that has the potential to improve someone's life or business, you have an obligation as a decent human being to give it to them and to sell it to them. Right? This is something how to see selling in some other light that you're not used to. Okay, let's move forward.
Maria, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I really apologize for interrupting. Who is typing right now, like online?
Who is what? Sorry.
Who is typing on the keyboard? Because it's very loud. If it's possible to mute the sound.
I think
Okay,
it's
everybody. Let me see if I can mute everybody except myself. Yep.
I would, yeah.
Okay.
Really,
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Fim. Okay, I hope you now can hear better. Okay, so let's go to building rapport. Do you know what rapport is? So historically, people they tend to divide everybody that they meet into 2 categories. One category is people that are with me, my clan, someone who is like me. And the other category is people that is not with me, against me, people that are not like me. And if you get into this second category, there's almost no chance that you can have a good communication with a person. So our role is to get into this first category of people who are like me and in my clan, right? And I will show you how to do it. And this is based on that all communication is okay. Sorry, can you send Ellie a link to this meeting?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. So all communication is between people is 55% physiology. This is why it is so important to open your cameras when you talk to the other person, because if not, you will miss the half of the communication that is coming from another person. 38% is tonality, right? Meaning the voice and how we use the voice to communicate with others. And only 7% is the words that we use. Can you imagine? So when texting, you might miss a lot of percentages of communication. Yeah, well, they don't have some emojis in here, but I guess it's the words we use as well. Okay, so how do we build a rapport with person? And it's by matching and mirroring. And this is slightly doing what the other person is doing, right? If they have touch their hair, you can once in a while also touch your hair, but it should be not recognizable by the other person, because otherwise they will just feel like you're clowning or something like that. Or if the person is very close to the camera, so you can also put your face closer to the camera. Or if they are crossing their hands, right? Or if they leaning back, and so on. So all those physiological things that you can match or mirror. What is matching is the same, like using, for example, if a person uses their right hand to talk, you can also use your right hand, or you can use your left hand, because when they see in the camera, they will recognize the same hand that you are using. Okay, so if you don't have cameras open, or if it's a phone call, you can match the breathing, and it's also a very good way to get into rapport with the person. And how do you know when the person breathes in or out? It's very easy. When the person is talking, they breathe out, and then they have a small pause to breathe in. So if you get into the same breathing temp with the person, you already are like halfway to building the rapport. Also, tonality and volume that they use. Some people, they talk very fast. Some people talk slowly. Some people talk, with high volume or with low volume. And the tonality that they use, right? Of course, for a man to match the tonality of a woman, it will be not possible. But even if you change your tonality a little bit to make it higher, it's already building bricks to building rapport. And language. Some people use a lot of for example, right? Or some other words that they use while talking. And when you answer them back, you can also match this style of talking. And how do you know that you built a rapport? I would like you to write it in the chat how you can check if you built a rapport. What do you think?
Can you repeat the question, please?
And how do you know that you built a rapport? How can you check that the rapport is built?
Maybe you need to see the reaction of the person in front of you.
How do you know the reaction? What do you mean by reaction?
If he smiles, if he looks curious, if he's leaning to the screen or going back, if he's looking aside, so you can get the feeling of how he feels.
Okay. Anyone else want to try? Soraya.
Yes, I think feedback or experience. Is that what inside the presentation? At least I'm not sure. Perhaps that's one.
Okay. Isim, what do you think?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the first thing popped up in my mind is when I share something with a person in terms of like topic or like events from life or discuss some like business issues or etc etc. So when the person responds with a quite similar topic, like from his background or her background, it's like there is some kind of a connection.
Yeah,
This is
very
the,
good.
yeah
Very good.
this is the first, but at the same time I completely agree in terms of like posture, gestures, this matching in terms of emotions, in even the way how people speak. Some people so influential in terms of like physical appearance that they can make a fast speaking person to slow it down slightly. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Very good. Thank you very much. Yulia, what do you think?
I think just like you mentioned, Maria, that you just feel it. I don't know how it works with me really, but it's definitely not the 7% of words that people use. Usually it's the like Lucia mentioned now in the chat. It's also and the body language and the tonality and like it's all combines. So yeah, I think it's exactly what you use to influence on people. It's like the same feedback you are expecting to get, basically. This is how I see it.
Exactly. So I'll give you a small tip, right? So if you were sitting like this, for example, right, the person in front of you was sitting like this, so you're also sitting like this, and then if you change it, and you see that the person change it after you, then you know that you have rapport. You see, very
True,
very
cool,
simple.
cool. Yeah,
Yes, and
this is
another
cool.
trick is also if you know that you have to break the rapport, right? Because for some reason, for example, if someone is annoying you or you need to set back, right? This is also the way how to break the rapport, meaning that you stop mirroring them and start doing something else, and then they will have this uneasy feeling, and they will go away by themselves without you like telling them to. Okay, now let's go to representational systems that that I showed before, right? This is how people process information, and basically all people, they use several of those things like together, but one of them will be prevailing. Okay, and there are three categories. One is visual, so people better memorize by seeing pictures and are less distracted by noise, and the visual person will be interested in how your program looks. Appearances are most important to them. Auditory people, they can repeat things back to you easily, and they have good memory for like some information that was told to them. They learn by listening, and they like music and talking on the phone. The auditory person likes to be told how they are doing and responds to a certain tone of voice or set of words. They will be interested in what you have to say about your presentation or about your offer. Kinesthetic people, they often are very slow, and they respond to physical rewards and touching, and they also will stand closer to people than other people. They memorize by doing or walking through something, and they will be interested in your offer if it feels right, or if you can give them something they can grasp, something tangible. So how do you use it in your language, right? So after you understand what kind of representational system the person you are communicating is have, you can express it in your language, right? So for a visual person, you will say something like this: if I could show you an attractive way in which you could benefit from this product or service, you would at least want to look at it, wouldn't you? If this looks good or looks right to you, we will go ahead and focus on getting the paperwork. So this is the way how you talk the same language with the person you're talking to, right? Because they are understanding things by looking at them. And if in front of you is an auditory person, you will say something like this: if I could tell you a way in which you could benefit from this offer, you would at least want to hear about it, wouldn't you? And if this sounds good to you, we'll go ahead and discuss how to set up your account, or how to proceed further. And if the person is kinesthetic, then you will say something like this: if I could help you get a hold of a concrete way in which you could benefit from this offer, you would at least want to get a feel for it, wouldn't you? If this feels good to you, we will go ahead and set up an account by handling the paperwork. So this person is focused on feeling good about your offer. Okay, so after we established rapport, we might go to asking questions in order to understand their representational systems, and we need to answer two of these important questions. If we are having a meeting with the right person who will be a decision maker about our offer or not, and their representational systems. And here I stated some questions that you might want to use in order to answer this to understand these two important points, right? And even if you are not meeting with the right person that will make a decision right now, you can ask the person that you're meeting with about this the right person, and get some understanding of their representational systems, right? So if we ask how they make decision, usually, and we might receive an answer that, well, he usually says that he needs to see different offers before. So in that way, we know that probably he's a visual person, or that if it feels right, then he will buy. Then most probably it is a kinesthetic person, and so on. A good question also: what sort of process do you go through when you're choosing a supplier? And in this question also, when they answer, there are also several things that might tell you about their representational systems. And also, why are you looking for this product or service will reveal their need. And we will go after that to establishing the need itself, right? So usually you will hear that in order to sell, there has to be, the other person has to have a need for it. But in truth, we are not always buying something from a need, but just from a desire, right? I have I don't know, 10 pairs of shoes, it is not because I need 10 pairs, right? Just because I want it and had a desire for another pair of shoes. And this might be the same for other person as well. It's just because they really want your service or had a desire for it. So it doesn't have to be a special need attached to the sale. But what is important here is when you're asking questions, you need to understand if it's yes or no, if there is a need for or want for your product or service, or they're not. Because if there is no need and no desire for it, then the meeting is closed. Like you have to go separate ways. Because the worst thing that can happen is, because you have a good rapport with the other person and they don't want to hurt you in any way, they can say maybe. Okay, and this maybe is the worst thing that can happen, because you will spend a lot of time and efforts of understanding if this maybe is yes or no. And this is just waste of time. So you should collect all the yeses and nos and try to avoid these maybes. Okay, let's move forward. Linking value to a need. And this is where you introduce yourself and your service or product, like you are on a speed date. So very using their language. So it should be very brief, and it should be after you already establish what kind of visual, audio, or kinesthetic person you have in front of you, so you know how to introduce yourself. And remember that your prospect already wants or needs your product or service, because we already made this clear before, right? And if you have a product or service that they want, there is no good reason for them not buying it from you right now. Yes? But there, okay, so let's go to an example of a client that wants to buy air conditioner. And so, sorry, yeah, here. So the client told you that they want to see a few options and then make a decision, that they are sick and tired of being uncomfortable in the summertime, that they have really expensive heating in the wintertime, and they are concerned about running costs. And how is the best way to use your language to answer to this need? Right, so you can say something like this. It must be really uncomfortable in the summer currently. If I could show you a way, right, because they want to see a few options. So here we know that they are visual. If I could show you a way you can avoid ever having to feel uncomfortable in the summer, if I could show you how to reduce your heating bills in the winter and reduce your overall running costs, would that be good? Would that have value to you? Most probably they will say yes, right? Because we are speaking their own language. Well, there are a few options you can take a look at. So if I show you 2 or 3 of these, would that be enough for you to make a decision? Right? We are talking to the visual person and telling them that we will show them how to improve their life. And then we, from the negative point of view that they had, right? Like being sick and tired, we are moving them into a good a motivation, a good state of mind, right? In the end of this sentence. Okay. And even though there should not, if you like said everything right, there should not be any objections, but some people just like to object anyway. And usually there are 3 objections of money, time, and beliefs. And let's go over them. And so the objection means that like they don't have anything against you. Usually it means that I need more information, or you need to link one or more of my needs to your product and its values, right? So if they say, oh, I don't have money, you go straight back to step 3 in the process and reestablish value for the product. And then you can ask, do you see the value in that? Do you need me to answer any other question before you place the order? And this you can repeat every time. Like they ask a question, you establish the value, and you say again, do you need me to answer any other question before you place the order? And so on. So another objection can be that they don't have time for it. And again, you go back to establish the value for their needs. And you can say something, so if I could show you a way of achieving all of this value without it impacting on your time, would that be okay? Right, so you establish the need and you show them the way to not spend so much time on it. And then you go again, do you need me to answer any other question before you place the order? And answering all the questions again. And it can be beliefs. And again, you go back and reestablish the value for the need. And what is the one question I could answer for you right now that would enable you to become convinced such that we can place the order today? Something like that, right? Because they're not, in their belief, they're not convinced. And here you underline, first of all, the value, and then that now they are convinced that they can place an order. Okay, another point is that if the person is talking to several suppliers of a product or service, it is important that you will be the last they talk to. But sometimes it's because the last person, they get the most probability of closing the deal. And sometimes it's not possible, right, because of the schedules and so on. And if you know that after you there will be some other potential sellers, right, you might ask them when they will be finished, and then you can say, okay, if it will be good, I can bring some, I don't know, brochures to you at this time. So you make an excuse to come and see them or have another Zoom meeting, right, after he was or she was through this process of seeing all the prospects, and you will be the last one. Okay. Do you have any questions for me? And thank you very much.
Yeah.
Listening.
Yeah. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
everybody.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. I've just improvised one question because I represent like a creative design agency. Yeah. For example, when I look at the World Pro Net logo, and let's imagine that you are the client, and I would like to right now ask you something using these techniques to to bring you to the conclusion that my services might be quite useful. What should I ask for the beginning, for a starter? because when I look at this logo, I understand that it could be better, and like I already see the ground for proposition, for offer. Yeah.
Also, you need to go all the process. First, you need to establish rapport, right?
Mhm.
Then you need to ask questions to understand if there is a need or want for your service. And after that, you know how to close the deal.
Wow, good. And yeah, and another question: is it possible to get this like pitch deck or like presentation
Yeah, sure.
in a digital form? And
Yes, yes, of course.
yeah, and
I
I
think I
remember.
will be maybe sharing it on LinkedIn as a PDF, and also I will be sending it to all the participants by email.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and another question that I remember you mentioned that it's some kind of a introduction to the to this method, to this course, and there can be some kind of a expanded, advanced version of this knowledge.
Yes, there are like the whole courses of NLP practitioners available. You can, search. There are so many possibilities for you to enroll in this. But this is like studying a new course, right? There are
Mhm.
some hours and hours of information you can get to understand this in depth, how it works.
Yeah, thank you. By the way, it was I think at least like a half of this lection was completely new. Regardless that I already knew about NLP techniques. Yeah, really interesting. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your feedback. Okay, do we have any more questions? Let me see the chat.
Hi, Maria. I have a question.
Yes, Amani.
Before that, thank you for the insight today. I really enjoy this presentation, but I'm just have a little question. How we do find out the person is visual, audio, or kinetic through online meeting? How we get to know what's the kind of person?
By asking questions. So we ask them open-ended questions, right? For example, how do you make your decisions, right? Usually, and then the person will say, okay, I will need to see several options. Then okay, this person is visual. Or they can tell you, well, usually it's a long process, and we need to get, I don't know, many propositions, and then I sort it out. Then you feel the word sort, right? So they are kinesthetic. They need to touch something in order to make a decision. And also, when you build rapport, this is this chit chat before the meeting itself, and it's even more important than the meeting itself. So sometimes, so you have to have this chit chat before pitching and before everything else, and then you also try to understand this person representational systems.
Okay, so before we online meeting, so we have your chit chat on the message, so we can find what's the kind of person, right?
No, when you already, or before the meeting starts, for example, right? If it's a Zoom meeting, we're usually waiting for someone to join, and until they join, so you're asking how is the weather, and how's oh, I see there is a picture on your wall, or and so on and so on. So you have this talk before like the serious meeting starts, right? And so this is the time when you build rapport, and also time when you try to understand their representational systems, how they think, and what
Okay.
language do they use.
Oh, okay. So we have to a simple question for get to know what the client right.
Yeah, and also during the meeting, there is a list of words that represents or phrases represents their representational systems. I think I will send it afterwards. Like, for example, a visual person. Wait, let me see. Well, they will use words like this sounds right, this sounds good, or it something like that, you know. So it represents how they process the information. And there is the
Okay.
whole list of words that can represent, like, can point you into the right direction.
Okay. Thank you, Maria.
So you can, when you're talking to them, you can ask them, so how is that? And they will say, okay, it sounds good, or okay, it looks good. You know, then you already see which word they use.
Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
Maria.
Okay. Great. Anybody else have
Yes,
questions?
I have questions from my end. So this is very interesting. First thing first, I think all of it is new for me. And I'm already like in my head, it's like it's so hard to even practice it like day to day. But I would like to know, is there any, maybe I don't know, like in the literature that you have read, that how long a salesman that like let's say, yeah, biz dev or salesman, like daily practicing it would be really fluent to practice this NLP. Yeah.
No, you just need to practice, and it doesn't have to be in sales. You know, like rapport, building rapport. You can practice every day with everybody, even if you're having conversation with your husband. You know, and you want them on your side because you know whatever things. Then it's good if you have like, okay, with your close people you have rapport. To start with, because they are in your circle,
Yeah.
right?
Leaks
But
already.
still,
Yeah.
yes, but still, if you want to sell your idea, this is the same steps you need to go through, you know. And
Oh,
so you just can practice on anybody.
right. Nice. Okay, thank you.
Some people do it you know, automatically, like Ellie here, he builds rapport with
Yes.
everybody. Yes, without knowing it.
It's automatic.
And
Yes.
but when you know what you do, it's even more effective.
Wow.
Correct.
I also have something to say. First of all, thank you, Maria, for this amazing presentation. I think I'm also learning a lot from that. You know, when I was a very, very, very young salesperson, I'm telling that because it's interesting to see. My formal boss told me one time, I think I was like a few days in the company. He says, when you're coming to meetings with customers, always put your head like this. Okay. Do you know why to put my head a little bit like that?
Is he interested in what they have to say?
Okay, anyone else wants to guess why to put the head like this? Sorry, 1 second, I cannot see my cat. Like this. No, sorry. Yeah, something like that.
Like a little bit to the side.
Yeah, to the
Yes.
side, a little bit to the side, like that.
Wow,
Nope.
I have no idea. I'm curious to know. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear the tea. What do you think? Okay, what do you think about it? Why?
I don't know what I can't explain it, but it looks comfortable for me.
It looks comfortable for you, right? You don't
Yes,
know why.
I don't know why.
Okay. Anyone else?
Maybe it shows like curiosity in a
Okay.
way.
Maybe look to pay attention with the person who we talk.
Okay. Thank you. Who else wants to think why?
There is something like, I don't know how to say it properly in English, like some like openness, like opened, like I don't know how to vocalize.
You're in the right direction. You're in the right direction. But let's hear Viola and Natalia. Let's see. Or Lucia, yeah, I think. Yes, because it says a long name.
Natalia, that's the first
Natalia.
time Ellie said
Yeah, I like
Natalia.
Natalia. Okay, anyone thinks about why you should do like this? Come on, ladies.
Perhaps interest, agreement.
Okay. Phoebe, Viola, you want to just take your shot?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of to show that we relax, we're comfortable with person we talk to, and also show that we have curiosity towards the person we communicate at the moment.
Okay, good. Viola, you are here with us. If you are, you can, of course, participate.
Hi, everyone. For me, it means being attentive to what your prospect or who you're in the meeting with is saying. More or less like you're showing interest, you're receptive to whatever the person is saying.
Okay, Maria, you want to say something?
I had the most crazy thought, but I think I will share. So it's like in animal world, right? So if you show your neck, and so you very open for them to grab it. So maybe it comes from our ancestors.
Wow, it's great.
Okay.
Yes, some yes.
So actually, first of all the answers are correct, but Maria was actually correct. He said, always come like that, like your view are open, right? So I don't know, because it's a mirroring, I cannot really see my face rightly. But then the customer feel comfortable that he feels that you are easy trade, but eventually you're not. So it's like you feel very comfortable when someone says and he sees something that is not really know what he's doing, is not really strong enough and so on, but eventually you build confidence that you're not coming here to you come in peace, okay? You're not coming to attack, for instance. But even in business, those things were really assisting us a lot in the meeting itself. That's why I always say open the camera, because with camera open you get not 200 times more knowledge, but thousands and thousands more knowledge than when we speak with someone. You don't know what he's doing. It's really hard to engage. Okay, only donation. It's only 7%, as Maria said. Okay, 7%, but the gestures and the being able to build a rapport is the major thing that you need to get to. When you speak, also look at the other side. Is it tired and so on? Now, I want to say something interesting, and I want to answer to a theme. He asked about our logo, right? And if you have a different view or you want to offer something. So it's a very good thing that you ask. I will tell you something important about that. Every change a company needs to do, okay, think about yourself now, okay? You are doing something for many years. I'll come to say, Afim, you know what? You're wasting your time. Don't do graphical designing. Let's start working on, I don't know, I'll start working on 3D, 3D models for airspace, right? This is the future. Now, even if you agree with me, you're still going to say, well, I have my business, I need to have my living. How can I just switch to whatever you want to ask me to? Because I need to start learning something new and do other things that I may can do, but I need to allocate time for it. So the first impression will be no. You will say, no, I don't have time, I'm too busy, I'm whatever, right? So when you're coming and saying, I can do things better, right? When will it be painful for me, for instance, to change the logo of Volponet? There's an answer for that, okay? Because companies do change the logo and the appearance, that they're doing that all, of course. When it happens, it doesn't happen suddenly. Someone wake up in the morning and say, okay, well, the most important thing now is changing my logo. Because the logo is what is keeping me from doing business, right? If I gonna have to change the logo, I'll be very rich, I'll be very nice, people are gonna stand in line and wait for me, okay? It's like an orchestra. When you don't have the right tools in it, you cannot play nicely. Even you can change one tool, you want effect. So it needs to be harmony done. When a company will change a logo, most of the time it will change a logo when something big is happening. For instance, right now I'm gonna go and want to be going to issue the company in NASDAQ, okay, the stock market. So definitely many people are gonna see Volponet, and I know, okay, maybe it's not the best logo I can do. I have the budget for it. Let's find a company that will do this logo for me, okay? For instance, now, let's say you have an amazing idea. Let's say your idea is amazing. You can do a logo that can be not only the logo, the whole way of how we're going to look, okay? Now, think about myself. What I need to do now, I need to allocate a team to work on the website, because we need to change all the PDF we done, all the marketing materials, right, on social media. I need to take people now from my team, start working one by one, because it makes no sense to have a new logo, but put it in only one place, because it will not reflect, right, the company. So you need to change your whole appearance and all your documents and so on and so on. So it takes time to do it, right? To tell people from now on, Volponet is different. And those things eventually are, when you are a CEO owner, you just need to decide where you put your efforts first. Because yes, the logo can be updated. Maybe we need to have more staff. Maybe we need to have more tools. Okay, maybe we have more meetings, and every time we need more and more and more things. Okay, I can guarantee you that my bank today is not the cheapest one I can work with. I know that. But to change a bank now and to go and sign all the contracts and so on will take me several days. And to check with banks will take me several days. How much will I save eventually? The same goes to the logo. And this is a good thing that you ask about. So how can you do the business? Okay, you say, Eli, that's exactly where we are at. Volponet is the same place. Okay, when companies address to us, when they have an urgent need, when they have something they want to get and they cannot get in the right way. And as Maria said, if I want to change my logo in the company, how can you convince me to change the logo? So there are several things here. First, I need to know you. If I don't know you, probably I will not get to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Knowing you is not enough. I need to know you're capable of. So, do I know you're capable of? Not yet. How can I know you're capable of? If you've been able to make a very amazing designs that you are doing today with other customers, other projects, whatever you're doing, and you will be able to show me that in a way that you are not pointing into my nose. It means I need to see your work somehow without you sending it to me.
Wow.
How can it be done?
Wow.
How can you show me your work without sending me an email? Eli, I want to show you my work today.
If it's a question, my initial by the way, during all this explanation and quite valuable answering the question, I'm smiling constantly because it's so cool. Yeah. So my first initial thought is we should be just everywhere and to be quite let's say it's popular so you'll be able to put an eye on our works somewhere. That's my initial thought.
That's a good idea, but it's impossible to be everywhere all the time, right?
Yes.
So I will tell you what is the secret. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The secret is, if you want to pitch, you need to find the right person, the decision maker. In that case, it will be me. Maybe other company will be somewhere else, but most of the time, the CEO mainly is the one that is in charge of the appearance of the company. Even in Google, it's going to be the CEO eventually. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The bigger the company, the bigger the responsibility of the CEO for the appearance, right? Now you need to find out and check where is this kind CEO is going to, which kind of events, what he likes to do, what he likes to read, what he likes to write, right? Where is going around? Does he make some posts, right? Does he have a team? And then you know where he is. That's one. It's not enough. Now you need to think what he likes. What kind of, and by the way, exactly as Maria said, regarding the report, it's the same thing, only the same thing, okay? You need to engage with the person taking decisions. If he likes something, you need to understand what he likes before you offer him something, okay? So first, where he acts. So you need to meet with him, as Maria is saying, but you don't meet with him. You are meeting with him virtually because you are where he is, even if you didn't meet with him. Second thing, see what he likes. What kind of colors, right? If I like blue, for instance, because business is also blue. If you're gonna show me something in red, maybe I will not even happy to see it. Again, but if you think red is the best color, you will do the red, okay? Because you believe it's red. It's up to you. Then you need to adjust the things you are showing to me without showing me directly, okay? Mm-hmm. So I will say, that's interesting. I like to click on this. What is that? I like this design. Who is this guy? What is he doing? I want to know. Now, once I find out that you are a person that have the exact things I'm looking at and I like it, I can guarantee you that whenever I'm going to decide to make a redesigning of the logo, I will remember that someone I knew, I saw sometimes was really interesting, and I will try to find you. Okay? That's how we work most of the time. Now, from that on, if I reach you and say, hey, I would like to connect, you win again because I'm there. So from time to time, you can send some interesting things for me to look at. But I will be the one to decide when I'm going to use those services. You cannot push the services for me because it's impossible to do it. But you want to be in the loop when I'm deciding to change my whole appearance. Okay?
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much. By the way, I'm sorry, and I just can see World Pronet, and how can I address to you?
In which way to address to me?
I mean
Name.
name. Just the name.
My name is sorry, my name is Eli. Because yeah, one point is on the bottom. Yes, I'm the host.
Oh yeah, Ellie. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It was no, not just a formal thank you. I mean like real thank you, because now I start to question my business reality surrounding me, and there are a lot of things to think about. Yeah, thank you. It was really priceless. Yeah.
For me,
Priceless, like,
I also have happy, and if you have things that you want to share, of course we can assist you as well on that. Just sometimes when people come to a business, and I used to do it before, people ask questions. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing this? Why are we not doing that? Okay, for Soraya said yesterday, let's make a tutorial of all the things involved in it, right? Which is 100% right. Just who's going to do it and when? That's the question I have. How much is going to cost to do those things? Who's going to use them eventually? If not, and so as a CEO, you always need to think about the long distance, medium, and short distance. So it's a mixture. You cannot just think about short distance because you're not going to have any company. You cannot look only on the long distance because you're not going to get any company. So you always need to play, and sometimes you don't understand why you change your mind all the time. Why? Because why are we doing different logo? Because everything we are doing affecting the company, affecting the business. So you need to be on one side, keep the boat steady. On the other side, you need to move really fast. So it's like you need to know when to hit the brakes, when to hit the gas, and make people stay on the boat together with you. So for instance, definitely the logo should, but I'm then asking myself, I want to compare myself to other companies. So if I'm looking at my competitors in the business, we actually have a very nice design. If I was in the retail, for instance, market, or in the high-tech market, maybe it's not good enough when I'm going to the customer with this kind of logo. Said, oh, it's too old, it's too, I don't know, whatever. But if I'm doing to B2B, they don't care about it. Even a dot will be a logo. They don't care about it. As long as you can provide me the services with the price and so on. I don't care if it's going to be blue right on there. But I know what is branding as well. So that's what I'm saying. I come from branding. I think branding wise at this stage, based on what we're offering and the customers who are serving, we are in a medium high level based on what we see. Okay, we always can be better than that. But yeah, I hope it was interesting also from my perspective to connect with Maria.
Sorry. Hello. I just have one question for everybody. If you can just open your cameras and we can take a picture and post it everywhere.
You see, Maria, she's really straightforward. She
wasting
she
time.
knows what she needs. Okay, come on.
Armani, thank you. Hey, Julia.
Julia always looking like she's kind of a holiday in, I don't know, with Beverly Hills or something like that. She living the life like she's
a Barbie happy. Of WordPress.
She's like doing whatever you want. Yes, it's good.
Okay, Fabi, Abiola, Johanna.
Oh,
very nice.
Oh, I'm looking great. And by the way, here is the twist. I'm not exactly Yefim Kolotkin, by the way. Yefim is my friend. My name is Alex Belikov. I'm co-founder of the Uprising agency. Yefim had an appointment at the doctor, and he couldn't join the meeting. It was really sorry for him. But I'm so and he just, Alex, there should be so many useful information. Could you please join, and just to join, just to listen, because it's important for us. And here is the twist. Nice to meet you all. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Alex. Where are you from, by the way?
Like originally from Russia. Right now I'm in Warsaw, Poland. Yeah.
Nice. How long are you in Poland already?
Just ironically, from February 22nd this year.
Okay.
Just yeah.
Okay. How is Poland? You like it?
I'm deeply in love. Yeah. It was my biggest dream to move here, and I've been here. I've been here a couple of times, and right now, yeah, very nice. Yeah, I'm in love.
Okay, very nice. Good. Aviola, you can open the camera, or you're not in a position to open it.
I'm so sorry. I'm not in a position to open my camera now.
That's okay. That's okay. Aviola, don't be really sorry. Okay, so everybody, big smile. Maria, we good?
Okay, let's go again. Okay.
Cheese. Come on.
Cheese. Good. So we can open it on the live. Very good. We have a live. Maria, well job.
Thank you.
I like it a lot. Thank you, team. Thank you, people. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was really interesting. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.